Welcome to the Stoic Quotient, where we break the illusions that make you think you're free, when really, you're owned. Let's talk about the slavery you signed up for, the kind you don't see, the kind they told you was normal, the kind called debt. Let's discuss why debt is the new slavery, and you're not supposed to escape. In this soul-stirring episode of the Stoic Quotient, we expose the truth modern society hides. Debt isn't just financial, it's psychological slavery. While the chains may look like student loans, mortgages, or credit cards, the prison is your time, your freedom, your future, and you were never meant to escape. Learn how this invisible system keeps you obedient, distracted, and exhausted, and how Stoic wisdom can set you free. Slavery didn't end, it just changed its costume. It no longer walks in with whips or chains, it walks in dressed as opportunity, as paperwork, as the American dream. It arrives in shiny envelopes with smiling fonts and hidden terms. It's disguised as a diploma funded by student loans you'll never escape. It's camouflaged as a car with payments that outlast the engine. It's a mortgage that owns your time, your energy, and your mental bandwidth more than you'll ever truly own that home. This new slavery doesn't need a master standing over you, it just needs your signature. Because once you sign, you are no longer building a life, you're paying one off in monthly installments. And they call that freedom. And worst of all, you're told it's freedom. That it's the cost of progress. That it's how the system works. But the system doesn't work. It feeds off you. You see, slavery used to be about labor ownership. Now it's about time ownership. And debt? Debt is the modern plantation. Your future hours, already sold to someone else. You don't get to decide how to live. You're too busy paying off the life you were told to build. You went to school, you got the loans, you bought the house, you financed the car, you played by the rules. But what they never told you was, the rules were written to keep you owned. Instead, let's look into how they keep you bound. You weren't just handed loans, you were handed a belief system. That debt is necessary, that success requires sacrifice, that everyone struggles. But these aren't truths, they're psychological shackles. They want you tired, busy, distracted, ashamed. Because an exhausted person doesn't rebel, a broke person doesn't start a revolution. A financially bound mind doesn't have time to question the system that enslaved it. They want you to borrow for survival, while they borrow to build empires. Because here's the truth, debt isn't evil, but how it's used separates the slaves from the sovereign. The wealthy leverage debt. You were taught to fear it. They borrow to invest, you borrow to eat. They create with it, you cope with it. You were never meant to win this game, you were just meant to participate forever. So, how do you escape? You don't need to pay it all off today, you need to wake up to it. You escape the way all slaves escape, by no longer believing your chains are normal. Stop saying everyone has debt, as if that makes it okay. Stop romanticizing hustle culture when it's just repackaged servitude. Stop chasing the illusion of having it all, when all you really want is your time back. Freedom is an inside job. The Stoics didn't care about how much you owned, they cared about what owned you. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Debt is not just about money, it's about who controls your choices, who owns your schedule, who makes your decisions for you. You may be free to speak, free to vote, free to post, but if you're not free to say no, not free to rest without guilt, not free to stop working without collapsing your life, then ask yourself, are you really free? This is your exit. You don't escape debt by accident, you escape debt by rebellion, by rejecting a culture that glorifies credit and buries truth, by valuing simplicity over status, by refusing to buy what doesn't multiply your value, and most of all, by remembering this. You were not born to pay bills and die. You were born to be awake, aware, and untouchable by systems designed to consume you. They can own your past, they can price your future, but your mind, that's your last frontier. Guard it, master it, free it. If this message lit a fire in you, don't let it go out. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a call to arms, for the mind. You were never meant to live in quiet desperation, you were meant to rise. This is the Stoic Quotient. We speak truth where others stay silent. We train minds to resist, rebuild, and rise. Like, share, subscribe, and stay with us because the next video is your next step toward freedom. Thanks for watching the Stoic Quotient.